morning, everybody. Let's go live. We're gonna go back and do this painting, do it over. Let me go ahead and get my laptop set up and we'll start the show. What I'm doing. Morning, Patty. Here we go. We're revisiting this one. Like I said, I thought I messed it up before, but I want to go ahead and redo this one. Do this one again. Have some fun. And let's turn this light on. Hit it bright. This is that Ots light that Steve Leahy has. I finally got it. Hit it bright. That The guy picked up his painting yesterday. Now he has two of them already. His two cars painted. And then he took the painting when he was leaving. He put it in his car and he folded his seat down and folded the painting right in half. They might have ruined it. I might have to redo that one. He said he ruined the paper and everything on it. So I might have to do that tea bucket again. We'll see. Told him to bring it, let me see it, see how bad it is. Who knows? It might turn out better than what it was. Uh, he liked it. He liked it a lot. And he's like, he's like dumbfounded now over these. It's like, oh. He says, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I want to redo it or not. Yeah, I seen him at the car show. He was telling me. And then after I didn't know too, he changed the one part on his car, the distributor cap. in the painting, I got it as red because when I took the picture, that distributor cap was red. Now he's got it blue. So, like I said, if I go to paint it now, I could add that blue into it. Yeah, I did the green on it because on my Corvette painting, I bought a white frame around it. So if I'm thinking about if I do a frame around this one after I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and paint the frame the same color green. That way it'll all match in really good. Can't hear me? Um, let's see. All right, can you hear me now? Hey, Dan. How's Dan doing? That's okay, Dad. I know you're a busy man. Patty said she couldn't hear me. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? You can't hear me. I don't know what's going on. I thought I had the sound on. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on. Why I don't have no sound. Uh, let's see. Should be on. Can you hear me now? Or oh, you can hear me now. All right. All right. I've been practicing the airbrush work. Uh, let's see. What did I do with that? I've been trying to practice with my airbrush to get a lot better with the airbrush and that. And so I just broke out one of the coloring books and I went ahead and did this. This is nothing but practicing with the airbrush. I wanted to try to stay in between the lines and stuff like that and throw some things on there as I was practicing. So I went ahead and did this one. Uh, just airbrush, that's all it was. So I broke that out and did that one. That's pretty. I'm gonna. try to do that during the week. Just go ahead and do stuff, practice with the airbrush. I want to get really good. I've been like Steve Leahy and all of them really got good airbrush control, and I think the only way for me to get better is to really practice a lot at it, because that's the number one goal. If you go to do a freehand painting, that you need to have really good control of the airbrush. And it really doesn't help me the way I have my everything here set up, because I'm off at an angle. It helps in a way on everybody else seeing what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep my head out of the way. But I got really good control of the paintbrush.
Since the power bank is portable, it allows us to bring it in and out of the cabin pretty easily.
Car show I went to yesterday was pretty good. I got a couple potential people that might want me to do their vehicles and that. Not paint their vehicles, but portraits of their vehicles. And I think there was one person who did he had his video camera and he came by and he was checking out the work. And I didn't even mention my YouTube channel to him. Because he was recording when he looked at the stuff. But another guy, he came up as I was getting ready to go, and he said he's going to join the channel, and that. So we'll see. I need to clean this off. Uh, the club up there was a club that had their show and that, and Street Survivor is the name of the club. They usually go on for a good while. Who was it? Gary Sheets. He was down Ocean City, and down Ocean City they have car shows down there, and they have big car show there because they ride the boardwalk and that. They have car shows, a rock They had motorcycle shows and all that down there. I need a little bit here. That's forgot. This one ain't gonna be bad. I said I was just gonna do this one in black and white, but I lied. I guess it's painter's priority. I can't even pronounce say the word this early in the morning. I ain't worried about that. Painter's description, I guess.
I'm guessing they didn't hit, but success anyway.
I'll be back. Yes. Yeah, hopefully I finish this painting up this week. Oh, I was in the gray. There's gray. Too dark. Sometimes you put this color, you try to mix up your color as you go along, and you get too dark of a gray or too light of a gray. But that's a good thing about the wet palette. You could add it as you go along, mix it up on the fly.
Gorgeous.
Hey, I got a bunch of coloring books, and like I said, I'm gonna just practice with the airbrush going that way. I mean, doing this step, like how I do, cutting it out, like how Steve Leahy showed and everything. It's not that difficulty, but I need to have better control of the airbrush. I feel myself for for the artwork to stand up a little bit better. I mean, it hasn't been bad. I mean, people have been liking what they see in that. But for myself, we're our own worst critics and that, so that's why I want to get better with the airbrush. I mean, I always say, be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. And I see them really taken really well with their airbrush. So I want to be taken with mine. That part of the wing's alright. I think that's pretty good. Right, let me go up here. Then I'll go up top and do that. That'd be good there. It's like I know if that I'm not going to get the airbrush to do lines like this. At, at the car show, I noticed one thing too, Patty, that I was thinking about for myself was to go to the junkyard and get some side mirrors like they have on the cars and that, and just get them and paint them up, do like a designs on the side mirrors of the cars, like your mirrors that you have on the cars and that on the side. Go ahead and get them and paint them up, do like portraits or whatever you want to put on them. And if people have them cars where they got painted mirrors, you could just do a little something on their mirror if they want you to do that. And that way they could just take it off and give it to you or buy a new set and you could go ahead and paint the mirrors and charge them. Like if they want a portrait or something like that on their car, but they don't know where to put it at. So you could do that, or Just go to the junkyard, find that stuff. A little thing like that, they probably would love on their car. A portrait of somebody. That way it doesn't ruin the whole car, paint the color of the whole car and that. Just be a little something there for them when they go to get in their car. Especially if they lost a loved one or somebody that they wanna that helped them, like their son or somebody like that. And they lost their son to an accident or something like that, and he helped them build the car and that. Because I hear stories like that. Son or daughter was helping him build the car, and they tragically died over stupid things. Thank you. I used to airbrush. Yeah, I just bought a used airbrush and color book. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, I just rip a page out and that's it. Now you go ahead and give your niece uh, a color airbrush and go to town. Let her go to town on it. But like us with the side mirrors on the cars and that, they yeah, if you do portraits or something like that on it, you could take your time and then they could have it. I'm working with the black. I'm going to stay on this side. I'm about ready to bounce over. About ready to bounce over there. And yeah, and the guy was telling me that they have van shows or whatever. And he told me I should go to that too. And I didn't know vans have their own show. I guess so. There's a lot of custom vans out there too. This ain't gonna work too good. Try to clean up where it's all dirty and that. I'm gonna have to come in with the airbrush on that. Have to have that cut out for the airbrush. I know they have Corvette shows and stuff like that. I didn't know they had the vans have their own shows. I need to do this anyway.
everything around our cabin, including tool shed. We're gonna do some landscaping as well. Now that we officially live here full time, seeing all this messy stuff starts to really get on our nerves. So I think the best thing to do is just make everything tidy, nice and clean. So we'll get started on the woodshed here, organize everything, and it'll hopefully make us feel a little bit better.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, a lot of people, there's some people who do murals on the side of them vans, and that's a lot of real estate. It's a lot of real estate, but to do them murals on there, you need a lot of real estate to paint them in a place, a area. You need a shop for sure, or a garage. I mean, not like you could take. I guess you could take the doors off and that deal, but not the side of the van or whatever. Quarter panels. I wanted to get I want to get a van one day. I want the
Take a second to thank Jack for
4-wheel drive van.
us again in this video.
I wouldn't mind having
We talked about this power
the
bank
new
weighing
ones.
4,000 plus, and we mainly focused on its portability and the battery capacity that it has. But today we wanted to talk about a little bit
But
more
I
what you see
don't
here.
have the
So the
funds.
interface and the outlets that
It's
you can
not a
use. So we got
priority.
the display here. It tells us pretty much everything we need to know. The input power,
But I would love to
how
have
how
one
many
because
hours
you could
to
then you could
charge or
travel
discharge,
anywhere,
as well as the
anytime.
usage. So
Snow.
we have a DC 12-volt battery
See, I
that
try
we
to
use to
make that
power our
blend into
outdoor
that
vehicles,
area
like we showed you in the last
where it's
episode.
really
Below
bright.
that, we have two USB-A outlets and two USB-C outlets, which we use to charge all of our smaller appliances, like our cell phones
Give
or
it
power
that
batteries.
velvet look.
And on the right side here, we have four AC 120-volt standard outlets. So these are great for charging our laptop and our drone batteries. And the great thing about these AC outlets is that they can handle a combined 3,000 watts of power at once. So our biggest appliance is our food processor here, which is rated for 800 watts. So the Explorer 2000 Plus can handle it no problem, which is great for us because we use it a lot to make smoothies and hummus.
This brush needs a good cleaning. It ain't doing bad.
If you're interested in the Explorer 2000 Plus or any of its accessories, make sure to click the links down in the description and use the code PLUSME to get a better deal. And make sure to do it before the January Prime Day sale ends on July 20th so you don't miss out on the best deals of the year.
Then when I was at the car shed, there was a lot of people there yesterday because the weather was so nice. People walking around and that. I gotta make up a sign for myself to have at them shows because all I did is put the pictures out. I didn't have a sign or say anything. So I need to come up with a sign. Like to come up with a logo for myself. Kind of got an idea what kind of logo to do. But I need to make a sign up saying airbrush and paintbrush work. It doesn't help that I don't have that. Yeah, we had the same thing here with all the salt in the air, salt water, and salt in the roads. And then, like I said, if you go to Ocean City for the car shows or motion or motorcycle shows, you got the if it rains, you got the salt water in the air, and you got to dry your car off right away, all your metal and everything like that, or else it's going to have that pit from the rust in that. It'll start rusting right away. I got a Toyota Corolla that had I forget how. I think I paid like $500 for it, and it had less less than 60,000 miles on it when I got it. So I still got it, and I think I just turned 100,000 miles on it. This is still running good. Changed oil faithfully. It's not a four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, but that's all right. It's working out all right. Doing the trick for me. All right, I need to get that part. Plus, I gotta get up to the mountains a couple weeks. I want to get up there. I gotta get my stuff ready for hunting season. I gotta go out and buy 4 glass. Get some glass and put it on my hunting stand. I can get the windows from Amazon if I want. I've seen that they were relatively cheap. But I need to get in contact with my other buddy. He said he had some windows. I gotta take that. I hunt out of a porta potty. I got all the commode and all that out of there, but because once you take the commode and everything out of the porta potties, you have a joist floor on it to where you just lay a piece of plywood straight down on it, and it's with that floor, it already has the support underneath of it to where you can just lay plywood on it and screw it down, and it'll be off the ground. The weather won't affect it or anything like the plywood. And you can put your chair in the middle of the floor and just put windows up on the side of it. And if I get bathroom windows for it, they're small enough to where I could open them and that. Mine is a Toyota Prius 2007. Toyota's run for a long time. You change that oil and that, keep up with the maintenance and that, they'll go way over that 280. Like I said, mine's a Toyota Corolla. That was funny at the car show. I had it there, had all my stuff, and the guy asked me, he had to charge me to get in there, to park inside there. It's like a vendor or whatever. Well, I said, there's a couple people I know that I'm going to meet here, and he says, well, you can't really do airbrushing. If you do airbrushing, I have to charge you more than that. I said, well, I ain't doing no airbrushing. And I pulled in there were some people walking around that I knew, and I said, what are you doing in here with this? I said, it's a sleeper. I said, you'd be surprised how quiet that LS motor would be. They just laughed at me. I said, I got that Corvette motor in there. It's awful quiet right now. And I go to leave. The one guy's like, I didn't even hear you start the car up. I said, it's that Corvette motor. That could be quiet sometimes. Told you it's a sleeper. The Prius is the Phoenix. Nicknamed the Phoenix. I never gave my cars a name. If I did, it was like gas guzzler or something like it. See, that's got the velvet look to it. Once you do that, it gives it a velvet look. See, now I come down with this part. Yeah. So now we'll come down with this part because I know where I'm at. I hope it ain't gonna bother me being up here. A ninja guard. That's it. You do that maintenance like clockwork. How far down am I go? Oh, practically far, far. Alright, I need to take this part. Alright, we're gonna have to start using some water. this to flow out of this brush a little bit better. Hey Brian, how you doing? Good morning. Well, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure having you here, Patty. And you have a wonderful week and be safe. Don't let nobody mess it up for you either. What's Brian up to? Brian, I was just telling Patty of went to the car show yesterday. They came up with the idea of going to the junkyard and you get your little side mirrors off the cars in the junkyard and take them home and paint stuff on them and see if you can sell it that way, your artwork. And just set up somewhere, sell it that way. Somebody might want you to do stuff on their custom car. My paint ain't rolling off of this brush as well.
So we decided to go with these 1x3 cedar boards for the gable ends. The first reason is because we found a local sawmill that was selling them pretty cheap. All the boards that we're going to need for the gable ends is only about $60, which is good. We bought them rough cut, like we usually do with our boards, because they're cheaper. So all we have to do is plane them. We really only have to do one face, get it nice and smooth. You can see the difference here.
Alright, that'll be good
The other reason we
there.
went with cedar is just because it smells really, really good. And our bed's going to be right up against the wall on the second floor there, so we're hoping we're going to have nice cedar smell for years to come. So buying rough cut is good for us because it's obviously a little bit cheaper, but there's a little bit more manpower that's needed to get them nice and smooth. But the benefit to doing that is we get tons of shavings, which are amazing for fire starter. So we're pretty much going to be stocking up for next winter.
That's it. Whatever. I know you guys got a busy life. I've been practicing, take practicing with the airbrush. I took the coloring book and did this one, just airbrush only. So, um, during the week, I'm trying to do that. Just grab a paper out of the coloring book and just practice with that airbrush a lot. I'm gonna try to do that a lot more now. Because I want to get a lot better with the airbrush. All right, that's good there for now. Let me get in this area some more. Yeah, it's pretty neat when you this coloring book. I think it's creepy. Creepy. I want to say creepy colors or something like that, or I forget what it's called. It's one of them. I seen it on Amazon. I grabbed it. It was like $7 or something like that. Like that. It was really cheap. Just look up coloring books on Amazon. All right, I got that part. I got to do this part. They had a lot of different. Might have been creepy zombies. That might have been what it was called. Oh, of your sister and her husband. That's cool, Dan. That's pretty cool, Dan. Glad to see that you doing. Thanks. I know you were always busy doing something. That one painting I did, was it, heck, I can't think of the name of the movie. I drew a blank there at the car show. Oh no, I was calling it Lonesome Dove movie, but it wasn't the Lonesome Dove movie. It was Open Range. I had both of them mixed up. The lady was there talking with me and that, and we looked it up. I said, "Oh, it's not. It's not Lonesome Dove. It's Open Range with Kevin Costner and what's his name? I can't think of his name. The old guy. Then I didn't see her. I was like, ah, man, I remember it now. It's open range. Where's she at? Because I thought I get them both mixed up because they have the same actor. One of the same actors. The other one doesn't have Kevin Costner in it. I finished that other painting, the tea bucket painting, and he got it. He said he's gonna hit me up next month for that. That I trust him, but he ended up he put it in his vehicle and that, and he had to fold the seat. And when he folded the seat, he folded the painting right in half. He's hoping that he can fix it. I told him no problem. I'll paint it again. I'm like, that's a bummer though. He was happy as can be with that painting. And lo and behold, he ended up where I painted on his painting. I painted the distributor cap red because that's what when I took pictures, his distributor cap was red. He ended up switching. He got another distributor cap, and he got it blue. He's like, it's blue. I said, nah, not with the picture I took. It was red. And I was like, well, if we had to repaint it, I could at least now I could go ahead and put the distributor cap as blue. But he's gonna let me know. Go try some things at the house, see if he can fix it. But it's no biggie. I can go ahead and paint another one. Just get charged for it a little bit. Because I still had the folder with all his other stuff. And I got a couple. One guy, he couldn't wait for his. He's got a vehicle that he's got in a paint shop right now, and it's getting some paint work done. He said he's thinking about having a portrait done of it. So we'll see what happens with him. There was somebody going around videotaping, and I don't know if he was blocked, what he was doing, but he was checking my stuff out really close, looking at the pictures and everything. So another guy said he's going to join the channel. There's a couple different things. I do have to make a sign up. I gotta make a nice big sign. Go get me a piece of metal or something like that and make a sign up so I can have it to shows. Not just putting pictures out there where they see the pictures. I want them to know that I do airbrush work.
So I broke my arm. I was busy using the scribe on this piece of wood. there. Had both hands on the scribe of the piece of wood, and I had all my weight on this rung of the ladder, and it ended up being a little bit too much for the rung. The screw snapped off, and I came tumbling down about 5 or 6 feet. So I landed all my weight on my forearm, which was kind of a good thing in the end because nothing else got really injured. I ended up breaking the radius, which is the bone closer to the thumb, in a couple spots. So in terms of the injury, I kind of got really lucky with what I ended up breaking. It's just a bone in the forearm, easily fixable. It could have been better. I could have gotten away unscathed, but it also could have been a lot worse. I could have injured, my legs, pelvis, back, neck, head, you name it. So many injuries could have been a lot worse than just a little bone in the forearm. Immediately after the fall, I kind of went into a shock for about 10, 15 minutes, I'd say. Apparently, I was white as a ghost. I was pretty dizzy, kind of off balance. So it took about 15 minutes to recuperate a little bit of energy and consciousness. And then we packed up our stuff, hiked down to our van, drove to the nearest hospital about 45 minutes away. So I walked pretty much right into triage with no weight, and they saw the bone once and took me straight to the emergency room. The first thing we did was I went to go take a couple of x-rays of the arm, different positions. So after those x-rays, I was brought back to the emergency room. They gave me some pretty powerful sedatives that lasted for between 5 and 10 minutes. I was completely knocked out, didn't feel anything. That's when they kind of replaced the bones the way they're supposed to be. They put on a temporary cast. After that, I was brought for some more x-rays and also an MRI scan. So after the x-rays and the MRI scans, we met with the orthopedic surgeon who explained what they were going to be doing to the arm. Shortly after meeting with the surgeon, they brought me to the anesthesiologist. They gave me a sedative and an anesthetic for the arm, and then I was wheeled right into the operating room. It took about an hour and 20 minutes. They had to put some screws and plates.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but Dan, you doing the portrait and that. I figured out what my next portrait's going to be, or who the subject's going to be. I'm going to do a Stevie Nicks. That'll be my next portrait I do. I like Stevie Nicks. She was a hottie back in the day. I think she's still probably a hottie. But I definitely would have loved to met up with her.
So overall, really thankful for all the nurses, doctors, and surgeons that took care of me over the course of the day. So once we were done at the hospital, we went to go stay with my mom for almost a week. She used to work as a nurse, and she lives in the big city, so it was nice to have her help and be close to any amenities that we would have needed. So thanks, Mom.
That makes it look like real velvet and that. That's what I want. Even though I blocked it all in, I wanted to really pop with a lot more of the velvet look.
As you can imagine, the very first task we want to do is to reinforce this ladder because we really don't want this accident to happen again.
I shouldn't have messed with it, but I did like a dumbass. And let it go. Let it go. Let it dry. We're gonna end up messing it up. Move on to something else. Move on to that area a little bit. Play here a little bit.
So even though we just fixed the ladder, we still feel that it's not quite safe for Nick to go up and down the ladder with one arm in a cast. So we decided to move the mattress from the second floor down to the first floor. We'll sleep there for the next maybe few weeks until Nick gets a little bit more mobility.
Before the third. This one here.
Now that our ladder is nice and reinforced, we can finally pick up where we left off a week ago.
Let's play there a little bit. Need some black.
Quarter.
Black, I wanted to trace up that a little bit. I'll be right back. Gotta go to the boys' room.
haven't been able to work as much as we'd like to over the past week, and our progress over the next few weeks is going to be pretty slow. And on top of that, we have a trip to Iceland that's booked for the beginning of August. Luckily, the broken arm will not be interfering with that, so we can still go on our trip. But for those two reasons, we probably won't be having a lot of content produced for you guys during the month of August. So don't worry if you don't see any content from us during the month of August. We haven't injured ourselves again. We're just on a road trip. So if everything's alright, you'll probably be seeing our next video posted either at the end of August or at the beginning.
Yeah, I liking how the velvet's looking on that. And then the side here, I'm doing alright with that. I just still need to keep going up and do them. Once you block it in, then you gotta try to keep it looking like a velvet look. Because even though some of these might come down a little bit, they'll come down a little bit more, but and then I have some white to go in there just to keep doing that theme, try to keep the theme good there. Now when I get to the other side, this is a complete different kind of wing, and I still got to take this one down some to give it that straight line look in a way, but it'll, at the end, it'll pop where you look at it and say, ah. Because if I take, let me take this off and I'll show you what I got. See how if you just look at it from that side, how the wing just pops. I keep doing the same theme, going all the way up with the paintbrush and that. And then when I get to this side's going to be a lot more, it'll be completely different, especially when I do the skull and everything. Try to have it all blended in together. So you're taking like one wing at a time and you're trying to do it. And really, it's the wing or go like this. You see how the bottom wing is? Let's see. Let's see that wing, and you go just the bottom part, how that wing looks all by itself. So it's the same way you have to break it up in a way. So it's kind of cool doing it that way. But then I got to do just him alone in the middle. Try to do him. I got to do his antennas coming out that way too. I don't draw that often. I can't. I don't draw. I ain't no good at drawing. I can't say I'm no good at drawing. The one thing that I did is by memory of doing my El Camino, and that's because I used to own a car and that. So, but that's basically how I attack my paintings and that. I try to remember each section, what each section's doing. I'm not going to add a drop shadow to this. I'm just going to let it go, just like how it is and everything. Because I'm going to do the green, like I have the green going around here. On my Corvette painting, I got a nice big frame to go around it. But I'm going to go ahead and get me another white frame and put around it and I'm gonna go ahead and paint it green too, and just have this in one of them, a green frame and everything.
Absolutely incredible. So
I think that'll
brought
be
a camera
cool.
along. We got lots of nice footage of that. We're not quite sure what we're gonna do with the footage yet. Um, Whether it's gonna be maybe cabin building episode or just a standalone video on its own. So just keep an eye out
If I
for the
wanna,
YouTube channel.
if I
It'll
wanna
be
put
pretty soon.
lettering or something on the frame, I could do a little thing like something like that. I'll put ride or die or fly or die. Well, it might even be better just putting it in the white frame itself. Let me show you that white frame I was talking about. I got the white frame right here. Might have to back you up to let you see this one. This frame here. You can see this frame. Can you see it? Yeah. So I'll just take this frame and add the butterfly in it. But yeah, I think this frame would be pretty good. I could just leave it in a white frame, but thinking about putting the butterfly in there like that, I think it'd be pretty cool. Maybe that might be what I have to do with his tea bucket. I'll do something like that. Huh. Alright, now I'll get back to this. I gotta get back to this area. Good and dry now. Hey, Paco. Nice seeing you, buddy. How you doing? Been a while. Alright, I'm there. 2, 3. This doesn't have much. Poco, not Paco. I keep saying. I'm sorry about that, buddy. I hear you, buddy. It'll end. Kids go back to school next week, ain't it? Yeah, I gotta go up and get my hunting ground taken care of. My hunting blind. See what it did with the rain and the storms and that. Make sure no trees fell on it. I like getting up there before hunting season. Ah, they went back already. That's cool, Brian. Go ahead and do that. Like I said, you could do that and get some old junk mirrors, side mirrors, the outside the car, paint on them. Probably just go to the body shop if they have them sitting around. They get ready to throw them in the trash and that. You can fix them and sell them yourself if they just tell them what car it goes to. If you can tell them, it doesn't matter. They ain't doing portraits of that. You can do portraits on them mirrors, like I said, and tell people that take their mirror off their car and that, or buy a set of mirrors for their car and that. You could do portraits on that them. That way, when they go out to get in their car to go anywhere, and that they see that portrait there of their dog or stuff like that. Hey, Astro, how you doing, buddy? I didn't even see you come in. Installing Windows 11 of them, true. I gotta get me, I gotta get me some small ones, Astro. I could get them for my deer stand. The bathroom windows, real small bathroom windows, because I want to install them this year. Get rid of my plexiglass windows I have in there. They did the trick for, heck, I think it's been well over 5 years. But I want to go ahead and insulate it up a little bit. I ain't got to do 11 windows. I'll just do 4 windows. Okay. like a like a Audubon sealer. Is that what you're talking about, Poco? Some kind of a seal base down the bottom, underneath the paint. I think the Audubon sealer would work. Then sand it down. Take your skateboard, sand it down first, and then put the Audubon sealer on there, and then sand that down, and then do your paintwork over top of it, and then do the rattle can clear. That's what I do. I do rattle can clear. Sand that skateboard down really good before you start on it. And if it's a it should be a wooden skateboard. You want to treat that wood. That's what Poco was talking about, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He has more experience at it than I do. Never did one. But I did a true buffalo head with the Audubon sealer. Turned out really good. And I did I did the Audubon sealer. I used the white And I really didn't sand it down when I painted the colors on there. I just went straight to the artwork. Did that cement statue and with that Audubon sealer, uh, the paint and all that held up, but the cement of the statue did not hold up. That was a dog statue too. Oh, you bought the, and Brian, you brought the glow dirt. I was thinking about that fluorescent paint, or not fluorescent. Fluorescent's for the black light, I think. I need to do that water. this area here isn't coming out. Well, thank you, Astro. Don't uh, don't close the window on your fingers. Don't let the windows close on your fingers. That's what I wanted.
So one task that we've been putting off for almost a year now is to fix up our stone floor. So very soon after we laid all this stone back in October of last year, this area of stone, all the mortar between the stones started to crack a little bit. It was a very localized problem right in this area here, so we're thinking it was just one of our batches of mortar didn't quite have the right
This is the
water
third
content.
one.
It hasn't spread to the rest of the floor, but we've been dealing with loose rocks for almost a year now and figured it's finally time to fix this up.
There. I'm gonna do that one too. But you can see how it's coming along. That fights you a little bit, but you just keep on working with it. You'll get it. So it's like blending out and everything. I'm liking it. How long I've been on here? Oh, we're about ready to call it quits. And let me take this off of there so you can see what I have done so far. Clean the brush off. Uh, so if you look at it, like I said, if you look at it and just take the one side how you look at it right now. Just take that side how it start to turn out, starting to pop a little bit, and that's what you wanted. You wanted that velvet look in a way. So as I keep doing them, I'm filling them in, trying to give them the velvet look in a way. So I had to do I gotta do these right here, and then do a little bit like how I did that there. Do a little bit going up in here, all the way around to the tip of the wing. And that you just see how I did all them. Just keep doing that. It'll work itself in. I'll just put some more lines and connect them going there, going around. I have a couple lines going there. But that's how you do it. And that'll be one side, then this other side, complete different animal like that. But like when I get to the skull and everything, the other side going to be is a lot more. But that's how you do it. You block it in first, and then you come around. For me, I come around with the paintbrush and just try to get everything, give it that velvet look. But I thank you all for coming by. Dan, Astro, Brian, and Poco. Thank you all for coming by. Hit that like button. Helps out. Have other people subscribing and that helps out too. And you all have a fantastic rest of the day and a fantastic rest of the week. I'll probably see you all Monday on Steve Leahy's feed. I think Brian's still got a win yet, don't you? And there, may your paintings go smooth. And all right, so I'll see you all later. Bye.